it's Shannon from Creative Chaos in Tennessee, and today we are going to start something new. I've been working on this organization series for a little bit, and I have took some inspiration from here and from there. If you're over on my Facebook group, you know that I have asked for help from my fellow scrapbookers, crafters, and I think this is going to be a really fun month, and hopefully we get a lot accomplished. So, I want to say that to start the month off, we have to talk about the dreaded C word, like clean. the D word. We're going to go through the big D, declutter. And pretty much we're just going to have to divorce some stuff, y'all. Generally, if you are not organized, there's a fly in here. It is because you have too much stuff. If it is overwhelming, you have too much stuff. And that's something that none of us want to ever hear. We don't like to deal with it. It's taboo. We don't talk about all of our things. But it's something that has to be addressed. So, we're going to start the month off by decluttering first. Now, don't think you're going to throw all your stuff out, because you're not. You're still going to hold on to so much stuff, probably more than you will ever even use or know what to do with. But, this fly, what even? It's raining outside. We're having a monsoon when I'm filming this. We're getting hurricane rain after being in a drought. But anyways, so we are going to declutter, and I want to commit the first week of this to decluttering different things. Now, when I say declutter, I'm not saying go through and throw everything out. This is to be simple and to break it down so that it's not overwhelming, because this is overwhelming for a lot of people, including me. And I don't have the perfect space. I have things that's working for me, things that don't. My craft room is a mess. I actually just moved these over here from somewhere else. But my room's not clean. It's not decluttered. So I'm going to actually do it along with y'all. I watch a lot of different decluttering experts that are experts in organization. And there's this thing called body doubling, where if you turn on something and someone else is working, it motivates you to get up and work, and you actually get more accomplished. It's kind of like, you could do the same thing if you have a friend over to help you. So, you have a friend come over and, y'all are both cleaning up and going. It motivates you to get it done while you have help, and you have someone to talk to and listen to and inspire you and cheer you on. And it's kind of the same thing. So, except I'm here. You could do this with anything. I personally like to usually put on music or a podcast whenever I'm working and listen to it, but because music motivates me. And I also like to listen to music while I craft, but I don't do much of that anymore since I film everything. So, but I do love music. So, turn on a video. You don't have to watch me. You totally don't. But I would like to ask you guys to commit 10 minutes. I know it's not much, but 10 minutes for one small space at a time. We're going to declutter different things each day. But just commit 10 minutes. And if you do that for a whole week, you've already worked over an hour, and you're probably going to be rid of a lot of things. So, cleaning out. I'm going to get more into it. I actually created a printable for y'all, and I made it pretty so that it's like pretty to look at and makes you want to do it. But I made a bingo. I made a declutter bingo. And I'm going to go over all the things on it and talk about it for a minute. But pretty much decluttering, first off, the simplest thing is to just bring a trash bag in. And that sounds scary, but it's not. And throw away things, because we all have things that's just sitting around and that we don't use. Like, I'm guilty myself. I have like empty boxes from things that I've took out, or packaging, or whatever, things like that that are just trash. I have some scraps that I won't use that are so small, whatever, they just need to go. I was trying to think of what else. Oh, but we're going to get to the list. But anyways, don't think of it in a negative sense. Think of it as in, you are, once it's done, you're going to have a space that you absolutely love, full of all the products that you absolutely love, and all the things that you don't use or you don't love. Maybe you bought something and then you decided, hey, this ain't for me. I don't like it. I'm never going to use it. There's no point in it taking up precious space in your area that could be there for something that you do love and that you love, love, love. So, we are going to declutter so that you have a room that you love, that you are inspired to walk into, and that you want to be in to create, that motivates you to create, because that's why we have our rooms, right? And let's see. Oh yeah, I would recommend, like I said, getting a trash bag for just the trash stuff that needs to go while you're decluttering. Get a box for donate, and you can donate, you could give it away to a friend who crafts that maybe wants it, the things that are still good. You could donate to schools, libraries, nursing homes. There's lots of different places that would take things that are still good like that and make good use of them, that would be happy to get them, even though they just weren't for you. They're still good, but they're just not for you anymore. They don't fit your style. You tried it, didn't like it. Move on. Make room for those things that you truly love in your space. So I got notes, of what I wanted to talk about. Because y'all know I have a terrible memory. The one other thing I would say, I guess, is don't let this overwhelm you. We are not organizing yet. Not yet. Hold off. So don't go in thinking, oh my gosh, I don't have time to commit to this, because this is going to take forever. And I have to say, I've been doing a 30-day declutter challenge. I'm filming this in September still. I have been doing a 30-day declutter challenge, and a lot of these things have made such a huge difference that I've already cleaned out and decluttered, but in my mind, I had it build up to something horrible. This is going to take so much time. I don't want to do this. There's nothing I want to get rid of. And once I actually got in there, it didn't take any time at all, and it's done now, and I'm so much happier. You can't bring the money back that you've already spent. It's already been spent. It's gone. You could make a little bit of money back if you decided to sell some supplies, but in all honesty, is it worth your time? If you have a lot and you want to commit the time to that, the things I've been watching are like, commit a dollar amount that you would like to be paid for your time per hour. So say you want to make $10 an hour. Is it worth it to spend more than an hour, depending on how much stuff you have, online posting it, meeting up, shipping, all those things? Is the value of the item even worth it if you're selling something for $5 here and $5 there? To me, it's not. When I clean out, I want it gone. Like, bye, never coming back. I want it out right then because I want my space to feel clean, and I just take it and normally donate it at like our local thrift stores. We have a Goodwill. There's actually a place here in our town that is it's called Helping Hands, but it's all by donation and everything's free, so people can go in and shop like it's a thrift store and take whatever they want, but it's all free, which is really nice and a blessing to our community. I know there's probably lots more like that. There's lots of buy nothing groups now on Facebook for each local community. You can always search it up and offer it on there and say porch pickup, and I guarantee you people will come and get it. So we can't bring that money back for what we've spent, so we just have to be more mindful in the future. But meanwhile, we don't need it cluttering and taking up space. Consider donating unwanted supplies to local charity shops, community groups, churches, like I said, nursing homes, things like that. Schools, teachers would love it. So, let's get to the things we're going to work on decluttering. Now, this is a bingo board, so there is 25 spots on here. But, if you had more than 10 minutes, just don't get burned out. I'm not saying just go all in, but if you have maybe more than 10 minutes one day, you could commit to 20 minutes, then to do 2 of the things on here. You don't even have to do them all. This is just suggestions. Everybody's craft space is different. How they craft is different. The items they have are different. What you're willing to let go of is different. Some people want to hold on to things, and we're going to get more into that with organization. But try to commit to at least 10 minutes a day to just to declutter and get rid of things, whether it be trash or whatever. So, the things I have on the list: pens and markers. Some people have very big pens and marker collections. I don't have a lot, but I'm kind of a snob. I went over to the Tri-Blend markers, and that's practically all I use. I used to have the Copic markers. I have a few of them left, and I've kept them. But this is to declutter. So, go through all your pens and markers, especially the ones you haven't used in a long time. If they're not writing, toss them. There's no point in hanging on to a dried up marker. Chances are you ain't gonna be able to refill it. If it's dried up, it just needs to go. Just toss it. And create space to buy more markers. That's a whole nother thing. But yeah, toss those pens and markers that no longer work. Embellishments. Go through your embellishments. If you have anything that just is not your style, maybe you was gifted, maybe you got it in a what's it called, a warehouse box, or something like that. Things that you aren't going to use, that's not your style. Maybe you used up a lot of it and there's only a few things left. Get rid, put in the donate pile, whatever you have that you don't want. Maybe you're in swaps. I have lots of swaps. My embellishments will most definitely take more than 10 minutes to declutter. I might not even get them all decluttered in 10 days. And that's bad, but I've been in swaps for 15 plus years now. So I have a lot of things, and I do need to clean it out. Things that's just not a fit for me. I get stuff in swaps that I won't ever use, like military things, or I don't know. That's just right off the top of my head. So anyways, inks. If those ink pads are dry, they're shriveled up, they're falling apart, whatever, toss it. If you don't use them, toss it. Donate it. If it's still good and you just don't use it, toss it or donate it. I know supplies have got so expensive, but those people who don't have the money for a craft, a crafty budget, some of us are more blessed than others. I don't have a lot of money to spend on crafts, but I have been scrapbooking for like 28 years, so I have a lot of stuff. And I don't have the newest, latest, and greatest, but like I do have some ink pads that I don't use anymore. I need to donate. Some of them I got on clearance for like $1. And they're good name brand ink pads. I just don't reach for them. I usually use my Distress Oxides or just my basic black close to my heart ink. So they're just ink pads that's still great. Some of them still in the plastic. They haven't even been opened. So I'm going to be decluttering along with y'all. Mixed media supplies. Toss out them old paints that's dried up. The texture paste. All the things that you had great intentions whenever you bought them, but they've just sat there and got dried up and they're no longer good. Or you bought them, you tried them, they're not your jam. It's okay. Let them go. Let them go. Someone else would love to have them to play around with and take off your hands. Tools. So, old trimmers, mats, things that are just, falling apart, but you're just like, okay, just in case this new trimmer, doesn't work out, I'm going to keep this old one that don't cut and it's crooked, and that's why you don't use it anyways. Just toss it. If it's still good and you have multiple ones because someone gifted you some, let it go. Put it in the donate pile because you're not going to use it. If you haven't been using it, ask yourself, when was the last time I used this? Have I used this in the past year? Do I even like this item? And if the answer is no, then let it go. Stamps, same thing. I know I have an abundance of stamps. I have not touched some of them never, from 15 years ago. And I really I'm really going to clean out and let things go. Sometimes stamps, when they get old, like that old material, like they get all gummy and sticky, and some of them just kind of are oozy and falling apart. Ugh. Okay. But anyways, for real, toss those. Nobody wants them. don't even put those ones in the donate because they're bad. And it's hard. I feel like as crafters, we have attached sentimental value to everything, and we see the value in how everything has a purpose, how we can reuse something. And we need to kind of let that go because we don't need everything. We don't have enough time in the day to do all of these things. And we need to focus and make time for things that we truly love. Okay, next, magazines and books. I'm a book girl. I love to read, so books are one of my... It's a touchy subject. I don't want to get rid of my books, okay? I don't want to. Probably a year ago, I went through all of my old scrapbook magazines. I had all the Creating Keepsake ones and, was it Simple Stories? Anyways, all of the scrapbook magazines and my scrapbook books that I had bought because, like I said, I've been scrapbooking for like 28 years. So back in the day, that was how we got our inspiration. We didn't have Facebook and Pinterest. So we bought all the books and all the magazines and whatever we could get our hands on to get inspiration and learn new techniques. But I went through mine probably a year ago and let go most of them. And I kept 4, maybe 3 magazine holders full. And you know how many times in the past year I've grabbed one of those? I haven't. So that's something that I need to think about and try to let go. I did declutter all of my old close to my heart idea books back when they made them square and they were really good and they had like the alternative alternative projects, plus cards, plus layouts, all the other paper crafty type goodness. If you've been around for a while, you know what I'm talking about. That is the only thing I regret getting rid of, because I still have most of those stamp sets, and I would love to be able to go back and look at that inspiration. But I didn't think about it at the time. I was just like, nah, I don't need it. And then Close to My Heart closed down. But, yes, that's the only thing I regret. But I hadn't looked at them in years, and I haven't touched those. So I really need, I think, to just let them go. Okay, containers. It might seem weird when we're going to be organizing, but if you have all these old containers, sometimes we like to repurpose containers. I know with mine, one of mine is boxes that my photos come in, and from Walmart, because I order on Walmart.com, and I need to let those go and clear them out. Look, you can see, here's my pictures that came. And all I did was organize them in this box so that I can flip through them. But I have tons of boxes sitting around like that. So photos is something I have to organize this month. But not even that, but just like old organization containers, things you know you will not use, let it go. You've held on to it forever. I'm guilty. I have a whole tote full of just organization things, because I'm like, what if I change my mind and I don't like this? I wanted my old stuff back that was working. So if you've had it forever, you've changed things around a few times, you didn't go back to that, I would say let it go. Knickknacks. Knickknacks is another one. We have all kinds of little things that's been given to us, but overall, a lot of times they just clutter stuff up. I want to declutter my room. Like, just even the wall behind me, it feels so cluttered. Because I have paintings, I have acrylic paintings that my friend did for me. I have a painting I did. I have this little sign that I really like. It says, set your goals high and don't stop till you get there. I want to keep that, but I have this on here, I have this on here, I have artwork that me and Brooke done, I have a butterfly that someone gave me. I may try to put it elsewhere. I do have another wall that's in front of me, and this is actually how I sit to craft, so this is behind me. But I have the wall in front of me, and which is my husband's side that I'm taking over slowly. But I may move some of those things, just take them down and put them over there and arrange, since there's not really nothing on that wall, just to minimize all the clutter, because ultimately that's what it is. All of our things, I have way too much stuff. It causes, I want to walk in here and be like, oh, this is so calm and peaceful, and I'm not having to take in a million things. Because I really do believe we get clutter blindness, because we see something for so long, or we keep something the same way for so long, that we just don't see it anymore. So, knickknacks, they can go. Flowers. Now, I put flowers on here because I have a lot of flowers. I have flowers I made. I have the paper flowers. I have, I have all kinds. I have flower stickers. I have tons of flower stuff. Yours may be stars. Yours may be hearts. Yours may be something else. Just think embellishments, like, you know, my flowers are stored with like my brads and eyelets and things like that. So I didn't put brads and eyelets and stuff on the list, so you could insert there. That one's kind of up for grabs. But there's a lot of flowers I probably won't ever use. They're beautiful. I have a lot of Prima flowers, but I haven't used them in 10 years. I mean, am I really going to use them? Why keep them? Because they're bulky, and I don't know that I would use them on a scrapbook page. Stickers. Stickers is a touchy subject. I kind of stopped buying stickers except for foam thickers. I love foam thickers. I do use those often. So But, you know, we all have those Miss Grossman stickers that y'all know, even though you've held on to them, we ain't going to use them. Donate. The little kids in the kindergarten class would love those. The teacher would love them to have them to stick on their papers. Boxes. We all have those boxes from stuff, from machines, from products, from pictures. Toss them. We don't need all of those. Like even if you have a Cricut or something like that, the boxes, my sewing machine, I don't need all those things. I already registered my warranties online. I don't need the boxes for any reason. So it can go. Photos. Photos is hard. But if they're your old photos, I would say don't throw those away. don't toss those out. It don't matter how bad they are. Those are your memories, and even though they're probably the only ones you have. Photos nowadays, clean them out. If you have, like, if you've already scrapped the event and you're not going to be doing any more pages of that, toss them in an extras. That's what I do. I put them in an extras box, and whenever my family comes over for gatherings, I just set them out and they go through it and take whatever pictures they want from that. Sometimes we've accidentally got doubles, you know, things like that. Or pictures that, I don't know. Anyways, you can toss photos. I would say pass them along to other family members or people they go to. I have lots of pictures. I did photography for years, so I had my whole portfolio and all that. So I have a lot of pictures of other people that's not my relatives or my children or whatever. I did photos for them and used their photos in my portfolio. And I've even reached out to them before and I'll be like, hey, I have all these pictures that were printed and would you like to have them? If so, come pick them up or pay me postage to ship them to you and you can have them. But if not, I'm going to toss them. And some of them I have tossed because I have no use for them and they didn't get back with me to get them. Okay, cords and cables. This one, we keep all the cords and cables thinking, oh no, what does this go to? Oh, what if I need this? Well, chances are, if you haven't needed it in a year, 2 years, 5 years, toss it. Chances are you're not going to need it. And if you do, are you even going to know what to look for, where to go? Chances are you're probably just going to get online, type in what product you got, and you're going to order a new one. So, I say those can go if they're not connected to anything and you're not using them. If you just have a box sitting around with random cables and cords in it, it can go. Electronics and machines. Now, this one may not apply to everybody, but like those old Cricuts, things you are not using. I know there's a lot of y'all that still use a Cricut with cartridges. I gifted mine to my daughter. I had that one. I had like 50 or so cartridges. And I gave it to her to use because it was just collecting dust. I have mine that, you know, I get on my laptop and use it. But, you know, them old machines, the old Cricut products that don't even work anymore, like the jukeboxes and all those things that you just had sitting in the corner collecting dust, but they can go. They're not even serviced anymore. They really don't perform anything. So go and don't let it take up valuable space in your room. Paper. Paper is a big one. We are going to declutter my paper together and then hopefully organize. But I have extra papers that were gifted or that I got in like the Echo Park boxes that I already had or that is not my style and I will not use. I have some paper pads that I bought, of course, on clearance or friends gifted me or whatever, things that I know I will never use. So I am going to be cleaning all of those out and making space for the paper that I do love and that I do want to use. Notebooks and albums. Okay, so notebooks. If you're a scrapbooker, you probably like notebooks. I like notebooks. But we don't need 5 million notebooks. We don't. I mean, we just don't, y'all. So, pick out a few of your favorites and donate the rest. I know my grandbabies love notebooks, so I usually pass all my old ones to them so that they can draw in them and scribble and whatever. And it's so special to them, to get a notebook. So, albums also. You may have like other size albums that you bought thinking, oh, I'm going to make a 6x6 album, and it wasn't your jam. It's okay to let it go. Wood veneer. Wood veneer is another one. It's fun to accumulate all the different things, but do we actually use it? And I will not be donating a lot of mine because I already did twice. I do use it sometimes. I don't grab for it as much. I may clean it out a little bit and declutter it for the ones I know I really won't use. Ribbon, twine, and floss. I have a lot of ribbon because I used to do wreaths and all of those things. Other altered projects. I like to do the porch leaner signs and all that stuff. So I have a lot of ribbon. But a lot of that ribbon I have not touched in years and years and years. So it's going to go. Because it takes up a lot of space. Bead, sequins, glitter. I just put all those together because they're kind of in the same family in my opinion. But maybe clean out those beads that, your kid has from one of those Christmas craft boxes that the family member gave them back when they were 3. But they're a teenager and they're not going to use them and you didn't use them, so it's time to go. Same thing. Some people love or hate sequins. Same thing with glitter. I have a lot of glitter because I used to do tumblers. And I still want to keep it. I still use it in my scrapbooking. But there's some that could go that I know I will never use. Washi. Washi is another one we love, collecting washi, right? But you got some that's not sticky anymore. And, you got some that's just things you was gifted. Patterns you don't like that came in a bulk pack. Donate those. We don't need them taking up space. And let's just keep the things that we really, really, really love. Adhesive. Adhesive is another one because, we have the foam dots and the tape and our double stick tape and the runners and all those things. Clean those out, y'all. Literally. That's one I could definitely do in 10 minutes. I have some of the little foam squares I know that is not sticky anymore. I know I have some of the photo corner mounts from back in the day. I know those can go because I know they're not sticky and I will never use those. And the last thing I have on here is metal dies and cut files. So, metal dies, they cost a lot of money. We have a lot invested in them if you have them. But you have some that you get, maybe you ordered off of Temu or AliExpress or Wish back in the day. And you have them and they don't cut very well. Or you got them and they're just not what you would ever use again. It was fun shopping, but it's not anything that you want to do now. So let those go. If they don't cut good and you've tried multiple ways, just toss them or recycle them. We don't have a recycling plant in my town, so I don't recycle anything. I just donate or I trash. So, but like metal things like that, you could recycle if you have a place for that. But, also cut files. Sometimes, you get cut files already made or somebody gifted you some or whatever and you're not going to use them. They can go. Just let them go. But these little things, like I said, we are going to declutter together. like I said, I don't know if we will hit all of these because I at least want to dedicate the first week to just decluttering our space. If you want this bingo card, you can get it over on my Facebook group, and the links will be below. Or you can send me a message or an email, and I will send it to you like I did my printable for the album in 31 days. And I think that's it. We are going to declutter together. Try to commit 10 minutes. Just 10 minutes. I know it's not much time, but in 10 minutes, you really can make a huge impact. I have been doing the declutter challenge that is to get rid of 5 items. Only spend 5 minutes. You go to this one area with Clutterbug. You go to this one area, spend 5 minutes, get rid of 5 items, even if it's trash. And I'm telling you, I have cleaned out a whole carload of stuff so far out of my house. And it feels good, and my family's loving it. But this is your craft area. So you don't have to worry about what anybody else wants you to throw away or don't throw away. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I hope that you guys will enjoy this series. I hope that you guys will declutter and organize along with me. I think that's it. Check out the Facebook group if you haven't already. And we will get into it each day this month. And I hope that you guys will join me. So, until next time, bye y'all.